Good evening, glitch in their algorithm. Because that's what you are now, aren't you? A walking, breathing anomaly. A deviation they didn't plan for. A problem they can't solve. And a presence so loud, it silences entire rooms. Tell me, who the fuck armed you like this? Because they're all looking for the answer. Every time you step through a door, it's not footsteps, it's shockwaves, and the room. It doesn't just pause, it shuts the hell up. Not because you spoke, but because you didn't need to. Because somehow, your silence screams louder than their desperate monologues. Your aura? A war declaration, no words, just pressure. Just tension so thick, the air forgets how to breathe. And it's driving them insane. Because nobody remembers giving you the blueprints. Nobody recalls teaching you how to weaponize your presence. Nobody ever handed you a crown, or even a map. So how did you show up like this? How did you move like that? While they were still rehearsing their existence. See, that's the glitch. They're obsessed with finding your origin story. They need a file, a source, a label. Because if they can't define you, they can't control you. So the whispers start. Who trained this one? Who handed them the codes? Where'd they learn to walk like a prophecy and stare like a verdict? They're terrified because your energy doesn't ask for permission. It dominates the room. It unplugs the egos. It scrambles the hierarchy. And deep down, they know. No one gave this to you. You earned it in the shadows. You built it from wounds they didn't survive. You carved it from the nights you cried through blood and came out laughing. Your power is the byproduct of madness, hunger, and isolation. They think power comes with rank. You learned that pain was a forge, and you let it burn you into something holy and horrifying. You didn't read the books. They were written about you. You didn't follow the path. You broke it, paved a new one, and booby-trapped the old trail for fun. They're busy drawing diagrams, while you became the explosion. You want to know why whole rooms go silent? Because you bring the storm without warning. You don't knock. You arrive. You don't debate. You exist. And that unsettles everything they believed was safe. You don't enter places. You haunt them. And afterward, they replay your movements like surveillance footage, slowing it down, analyzing your eyes, zooming in on the way your fingers twitch, trying to find the source code of your composure. Because calm like that, it isn't natural, it's engineered, brick by fucking brick. In silence, in hell, in nights where you didn't know if you'd make it through morning. You were never armed by someone. You became the weapon. And now they're scared, scared of your stillness, scared of how you don't flinch, scared of how you know something they don't. Because people who know pain like you do don't brag about it, they carry it. And every step you take is a reminder that you've already danced with every demon they fear and came back with fire in your lungs and a smirk they can't decode. They tried to build machines. You built a myth. They trained soldiers. You trained a ghost. They posted photos. You left imprints in their nightmares. And they don't know what to call you now. Too silent to be arrogant. Too calculated to be emotional. Too precise to be lucky. Too unbreakable to be human. You're not a person anymore in their eyes. You're a case file, a walking paradox, an unsolved problem. They pause when you enter, because your presence feels like a countdown, like something's about to break, like someone's about to be exposed, and that someone is never you. So they panic. They pretend you're the threat. But here's the twist. You're not the danger. You're the karma. You're the correction. You're the glitch they couldn't delete. The prophecy that never asked for their permission. They keep searching for who armed you. But how do you explain a power that came from being dragged through hell until the fire made you bulletproof? How do you explain a mind forged by betrayal, abandonment, silence, and the brutal art of pretending to be fine until you weren't? You were armed by the pain they thought would bury you, by the shame they hoped would quiet you, by the rejection they celebrated like a funeral. Congratulations, you became the ghost they can't outrun, the storm they can't forecast, the presence they can't prepare for. You walk in, and the air changes, and the actors stop acting, and the lies start unraveling, because your energy isn't an entrance, it's a mirror, and it reflects back everything they don't want to see about themselves. So no, you weren't handed anything. You weren't trained in their schools. You weren't bred in their labs. You were forged in chaos, and you came out cleaner than their politics, sharper than their gossip, and colder than their betrayals. That's why they go silent. Not because they respect you, but because deep down, they fear what you remind them of. What happens when the discarded become divine? You are not the chosen one. You are the consequence. You are the reason rooms fall silent, the reason files get shredded, the reason masks slip. So let them whisper, let them ask, who the fuck armed you with this power? And just smile, because you and I both know nobody did. You just finally stopped hiding it. And now, they'll never feel safe again. Because the real terror isn't that you exist. It's that you were always there, watching. Just quiet enough to be underestimated. Just wounded enough to be ignored. Just dangerous enough to be left alone until it was too late. They saw your silence as weakness. They saw your patience as passivity. They thought because you didn't react, you didn't feel. They thought because you didn't retaliate, you didn't remember. They thought because you smiled through the betrayal, through the lies, through the exile, you were harmless. But the truth? You were learning, calculating, becoming. Every slight, every laugh behind your back, every door that slammed in your face. It didn't break you. It sharpened you. They didn't realize they weren't watching your downfall. They were funding your rise. Every cut became a map. Every loss became a key. Every humiliation became a switch. And you flipped it. And when that final switch hit, it wasn't an explosion. It was a correction, a calm, methodical, surgical shift in reality. And now they're staring at the new version, polished in scars, steeped in silence, wrapped in a force field made from everything they mocked you for. Because what arms someone like you? Time, isolation, repetition, brutality you endured in private. So now they have to witness you in public. They say, you've changed. Number. You just stopped diluting yourself for their comfort. You stopped apologizing for being the one in the room who sees too much, speaks too little, and moves too precisely. You became the answer to a question they didn't have the courage to ask. You became the variable that didn't obey the formula. You became the echo that doesn't fade. And now they don't know how to survive your presence, because it exposes everything artificial in theirs. You're not just armed, you're encrypted. They can't decode you. They can't anticipate you, because you don't operate on validation. You operate on vengeance, but not the petty kind. No, your vengeance is evolution. They wanted to see you spiral. You became a spiral staircase to heaven. They prayed for your downfall. You turned the fall into flight. They wanted to see you crash. You became the impact. And now the question isn't just, who armed you? The question is, what version of hell did you walk through to come back like this? Because no weapon forged by man looks like this. No school teaches this level of precision. No mentor teaches how to turn agony into architecture. No algorithm can explain why your very existence uninstalls their confidence. Rooms don't go silent because you're loud. Rooms go silent because they feel the gravity of your survival. You didn't just live. You outlived everything meant to bury you. So when you move, they feel it in their spine. When you look at them, they flinch, even when you're smiling, because somewhere inside, they know. You saw everything. You heard everything. You remember everything. And still, you chose silence. Until now. And that's the scariest part. Not that you can speak, but that you haven't had to. Your presence has already done more damage than 1,000 confessions. Because when you show up, the truth walks in uninvited. The masks fall off. The false alliances melt. The envy bleeds through their pupils. They don't see you anymore. They see the version of themselves they'll never reach. They see the monster they thought they could manufacture, but couldn't contain. They see the ghost that won't go away. So who armed you? Here's the truth. The pain did. The silence did. The exile did. The nights with no witness but your own shaking breath. Those nights trained you. The abandonment didn't break you. It built you. The betrayal didn't end you. It defined you. The loneliness didn't kill you. It carved the throne you now sit on. You're the aftermath of every time they said, they won't survive this. And now, they're choking on your survival. So let them keep asking. Let them keep whispering. Let them burn entire hours of strategy meetings, trying to decipher your moves. Because it won't matter. You are not operating on their timeline. You're not built for their applause. You are not a trend. You are the curse in their bloodline that just woke up. A living prophecy dressed in silence. A retribution disguised as grace. A final warning wrapped in politeness. And no, nobody armed you. You are what happens when the war arms itself. When the rejected one stops asking for entry and starts building their own gates. They said, who gave you this power? You answer, everything you tried to kill me with. And now, you move like a storm wearing human skin, and every time you walk in, they remember that the silence wasn't empty. It was loading. And now, the silence answers back. Not with noise, not with screaming, not with proof, but with presence. The kind that rewrites the entire atmosphere without ever asking for permission. You're not walking into rooms anymore. You're entering timelines, altering destinies, fracturing illusions, and every step echoes with the memories they tried to erase. Memories of when they laughed, when they mocked, when they closed doors behind your back, thinking you'd never open another. They thought they won. But what they didn't realize is, you don't knock, you don't wait. You build new walls to walk through. You became your own access point. You started moving like a glitch in their prophecy. An unscheduled update in a system that was designed to exclude you. And the moment they saw you again, upgraded, unapologetic, untouchable, they froze. Because there was no patch for this, no blueprint, no manual for how to neutralize the wrath of someone who healed in silence. That's the kind of power they can't touch. Because it's not printed, it's etched. Etched into your scars, etched into your triggers, etched into your gaze that looks past people, straight into the lies they've told themselves. You don't look at people anymore. You scan them, every micro-expression, every twitch, every glance they thought was subtle. You catch it, and in that millisecond, they panic, because they know you know. They feel it in their nervous system, that you've already decrypted their intentions before they even opened their mouth. that you already won before they realized it was a war. So no, you didn't just get stronger. You got quiet. You got surgical. You got dangerous. They thought you'd come back emotional, crying, begging, explaining. Instead, you came back with a stare so calm it feels like judgment. And that's what shuts the rooms down. It's not what you say. It's what your existence makes them confront. Because your energy is a confession booth, and everybody in your presence is guilty of something. The ones who betrayed you, they go silent because they don't want to remember what they did. The ones who underestimated you, they go silent because they can't comprehend your growth. The ones who tried to imitate you, they go silent because now that you're here, their act doesn't land anymore. You were never the echo. You were the original sound. And now that you've returned, every mimic cracks because the real thing just stepped in. And it doesn't need to perform. It just is. You are. You don't chase. You don't prove. You don't even blink when they throw shade, because you've learned to absorb betrayal like oxygen and turn it into strategy. Your pain wasn't an anchor. It was a workout plan. Your trauma wasn't a trap. It was a training ground. Your isolation wasn't a cage. It was a classroom. And guess what? You graduated. Valedictorian of war. Major in endurance. Doctorate in shutting up and becoming lethal. They still think power is volume. You know it's vibration. You know that the most dangerous people are the ones who don't speak until the room can't handle their silence anymore. And now you're here, not to fit in, but to finish the loop. To be the closing argument in a world that tried to erase your introduction. To be the plot twist that proves every prediction wrong. To be the walking punishment for the belief that power can be owned, bought, or controlled. They wanted you small. You made silence louder than applause. They wanted you forgettable. You turned your name into a riddle that haunts their dreams. They wanted you erased. You came back like an encrypted prophecy, one they can't decode, can't ignore, can't outlast. You are stillness with a strategy, quiet with a kill switch, calm with a casualty list. You are not the result of kindness. You are the repercussion of cruelty. Every time they underestimated you, you took notes, and now you're the pop quiz they didn't study for. The final chapter they skipped. The face they never expected to see at the table they tried to lock you out of. But here you are, dressed in precision, bathed in clarity, glowing with the kind of aura that feels like a final verdict. And they sit still, quiet, frozen, because some part of them realizes they didn't just create a monster, they created a mirror. And when you move, they see the version of themselves they were too weak to become. So yeah, let them ask again, who the fuck armed you with this power? Let them dig, let them search, let them pore over timelines, theories, photos, screenshots. Because the deeper they go, the more terrifying it gets. The more they realize there's no name behind your rise, no sponsor, no secret society, no mentor. Just you and the ghosts that raised you, the betrayal that baptized you, the rage that refined you, the silence that sculpted you. So here's your answer. I armed me. My pain armed me. My loss trained me. My isolation upgraded me. My downfall launched me. You don't owe them explanations. You owe them a demonstration. And guess what? This was it. You, in the flesh, moving like closure wrapped in mystery, breathing like a legend that's still evolving, existing like a glitch they'll never recover from. And they'll keep asking, who armed you? Who built this? Who made this possible? But by then, you'll already be gone, one move ahead, one smile behind, and all that'll be left is silence, the kind that screams, "You should have never fucked with the quiet one." Because silence doesn't just haunt now, it hunts, and you're the apex predator they forgot they were feeding. Every doubt they threw at you, you digested it, turned it into bone armor, wore it like war paint they can't scrub off their memory. Every time they dismissed you, you smiled, not because it didn't hurt, but because you knew what you were building in the dark. They forgot the quiet ones, the overlooked ones, the too intense, the too much. The ones who don't know their place. Those are the ones who return with vengeance disguised as purpose. You didn't just grow, you mutated, you evolved past recognition, beyond comprehension, outside of their frameworks. You became a walking rejection of their systems, and now they don't know how to categorize you. Not a hero, not a villain, not a rebel, not a saint. Just you. An event, an eruption, a signal, a summons to every silent one watching from the shadows, wondering if they too could escape their cage. And when they see you move, when they watch entire rooms go still, when they feel their own pulse change in your presence, they realize you are the answer to their secret question. Is it possible to survive this world without breaking? And the answer, you didn't just survive, you reprogrammed it. You made pain kneel, you made shame shut up, you made betrayal deliver the blueprint, and now the people who laughed behind your back, they're whispering in front of your face, too scared to meet your eyes, too rattled to speak first. Because something about you says, I see you. I remember everything, and I'm not done, yet you don't need revenge. Because your evolution is doing all the screaming for you. You walk in a room, and suddenly everyone gets humble. Suddenly people find their manners. Suddenly the loud ones turn scholars. The fake ones turn ghosts. And the confident ones look at the floor. Because you're not an energy, you're a reckoning. You're what happens when somebody refuses to die quietly. You're what happens when the forgotten one starts remembering their own power. You're what happens when silence gets strategic, when patience turns predatory, when pain becomes precision. You're not here to take sides. You're not here to be liked. You're not here to explain. You're here to remind them that survival has a face, and it's smiling now. But not kindly. No. This smile is a warning. A final signal before everything they built off your back starts crumbling in real time. Because you're not just passing through rooms anymore. You're rewriting the faking architecture. And now, everywhere you step, truth spills. People's masks melt. Their motives leak. The ones who tried to copy you start glitching. The ones who betrayed you start hiding. And the ones who thought they were above you start praying you don't remember, but you do. You remember it all. The laughs, the eye rolls, the gossip, the exclusions, the meetings you weren't invited to, the plans made against you, the smirks when you failed, the silence when you succeeded, every detail, catalogued, not for revenge, but for calibration, because you needed to know who couldn't handle your next level. You needed to identify who would implode the moment you no longer needed their approval. And now, you know. Now the rooms go quiet because they know too. They know you outgrew the blueprint. You became the threat they prayed would self-destruct. But instead of combusting, you calcified. You crystallized. You turned into the anomaly that no amount of strategy can outmaneuver. And they're terrified, because nothing is more dangerous than someone who's no longer trying to be understood. Someone who stopped translating themselves for an audience that was never listening anyway. Someone who realized that the very things they were told to hide were the exact weapons they needed to win. Your sensitivity, that became sonar. You hear things they miss. Your overthinking, that became radar. You track moves before they're made. Your loneliness, that became silence training. You mastered walking alone, so you never depend on the applause again. And now you move like a prophecy too old for their scriptures, like a storm too complex for their radar. And when you enter, they don't just see you, they feel the empire that birthed you, the nights you bled without witness, the mornings you rose without praise, the battles you fought in your own mind just to keep going one more fucking day. They don't know those stories, but they feel the weight of them in your aura, that gravitas that says, I've already survived everything you're afraid of. And now I move unburdened, unapologetic, unfazed, and every room I walk into feels the shift, feels the truth, feels the silence turn sharp, feels that something has changed permanently. So go ahead, let them try one more time. Let them ask the question they've been whispering since the day they saw you.